Hi everybody, Dan Rusanowsky with Bret Hedican, back here at SAP Center at San Jose to kick off the 25th anniversary of Sharks hockey with our Fan Fest. And we're going to be doing this a whole bunch of times during the season on 98.5 KFOX Coach's Chalkboard. Peter DeBoer, great to have you back. You've had a summer to ponder everything after accepting the job. And how excited are you?
Oh, really excited. Couldn't wait to get back here and get going. It's great to see the guys rolling into town and around the dressing room, all the renovations we did at the practice rink. I was here 8 weeks ago for the development camp, and to come back now, and it's just a new level of excitement amongst the group and amongst the coaching staff.
That appearance over there is really an underrated piece of getting a fresh start to the entire organization, isn't it?
I think so. I think, when I took the job, I think one of the things that I wanted to make clear to the players was this was a clean slate for everybody. I'm not coming in here with any preconceived notions about how their seasons went last year. That's good and bad. As Bret would attest, if you had a great season last year, I'm not putting a lot of stock in that, and if you had a poor season last year, I'm not putting a lot of stock in it. I want you to start fresh and show me this camp what you're about. And I think part of the renovations and the fresh look, I think goes along with that.
We look at where you came from, Peter, as well, and you had the second highest total in points for the Florida Panthers there. Then you go to New Jersey and you take them all the way to the Stanley Cup Finals. Coming in here to San Jose, you look at the talent that this team has. Are you excited about coaching a group that has as much talent as the San Jose Sharks?
I really am. The last 2 years in New Jersey after Kovalchuk and Parise left, we really lost a lot of scoring. And this is a league where if you can't score 3 goals, you're going to have a hard time winning games, regardless of how well you play defensively. So I think we have more than enough ability here to put the puck in the net. We're going to have to make sure that our team game and our defensive structure is good, that we can win games 2-1 and 3-2. But to be able to have the type of people here and the personnel, I can't tell you how excited I am about that.
One thing that has changed a little bit since you were named head coach, Peter, is that we've added another name to the staff, Steve Spott, somebody that people who were associated you know that you've worked very closely with him over the years. But it's been a few years since you've actually worked with him. Tell our fans that are hearing about Steve Spott for the first time what he's all about.
Yeah, Steve and I have a history. We coached junior hockey together. He was my assistant coach for 12 years in junior. And then I went to Florida in the NHL. He took over for me in junior. His path led him. He was head coach of the Marlies, went to a Calder Cup final. And then he was assistant coach on Randy Carlisle's staff with the Leafs. So, in the 6-7 years since we've worked together, he's really gone on his own here, worked with some different people. And I just love what he brings to the table. He's a great power play guy. Really good communicator, good teacher, teaching background, and it'd be a nice addition to our staff with Bob Bugner and Johan Hedberg. By
the way, do you feel like you're getting a lot of good work in the last couple of weeks, at least in your conversations about developing a chemistry on the staff too?
I am. The nice thing for me is the guys I hired, I have a history with. Johan Hedberg played for me in New Jersey. Bob Bugner I've known for 20 years. We're both from the same area in Windsor, even though we haven't worked together, and Steve I've worked with. So I think there was some instant chemistry. We all believe the game should be played the same way, and it hasn't taken too long, so I think everyone's excited.
We talk about the coaching staff right there, but also you've got some new players as well. You got Paul Martin, who was just here. You got Joel Ward. You've got Martin Jones, the goaltending addition here for the San Jose Sharks. Plus, you've got this youth movement that Doug Wilson, when we had him here, of really acquiring a lot of young players over there. And you've got the Barracuda right here. What does this all mean for you as a head coach, and how can you control everything that's moving on right now and the things that are happening in the forward direction for this team?
Yeah, great question. It's just exciting. The first thing is the additions, the guys you mentioned there, all character people, all guys that have leadership ability, all know how to win. I've worked with, Wardy before at a World Championship. Paul Martin's played in our division for the last 5-6 years, and then was a Devil before that, so I'm very familiar with him. And Jonesy I had at a World Championship too, so I know those guys, I know what they stand for. Having the Barracuda right here in our building, I think is something. A lot of NHL teams are trying to go to that model, and there's a reason for that. I think you want the American League guys close enough that they can taste it, that the big guys are in the building, so to speak, the coaches, the GMs of the NHL team. And also, you know, from a logistics point of view, just getting them in and out so they can help you on any given night, it's key. So there's a lot of exciting things happening here.
How have you changed as a coach since you first came to the NHL?
That's a good question too. You know, I think this is a league where you have to continue to evolve. You know, it's the best league in the world. It's got the best coaches in the world. And really, there's cutting edge stuff that happens every year. You know, whether it's the 1-3-1 5 years ago to, you know, the Swarm to, you know, whatever's happening lately, the latest power play formations. So, you know, you have to continue to evolve and educate yourself. So I think just, you know, continual development. And that's part of the reason I've done the Hockey Canada thing as many times as I have. When we've missed the playoffs, I've gone over, I think, 4 times to World Championships, worked with Ken Hitchcock and Dave Tippett and Todd McClellan last year. So, you know, you just have to continue to get better because you get left behind.
Well, you're looking at, you coached over there, like you mentioned, the World Championships, had a chance to coach with Brent Burns, a little coach him as well this last year. He was led the team in points as far as defenseman. What was it like coaching him for the first time? That's the first question, obviously. The second one is, you've got 2 law degrees, which was, I thought, a pretty interesting stat. Maybe answer the World Championship and come back to the law degree, and what has that given you as far as for a coach?
Yeah, well, Burnsy's a special guy, you know, and I really think he's on the verge here of breaking out and becoming one of the top defensemen in the world. He showed that at the World Championships. You saw glimpses of it last year. I think his confidence is in a good spot and just has too many tools not to have success in this league as a primetime NHL defenseman. Plus, he brings great energy to the rink every day, loves the game. Yeah, my background is I was a minor league player and went back to law school, got 2 law degrees, an American and a Canadian degree. Never practiced, so to say, but, you know, I tell people I think I use my law degree every day. You know, coaching in today's NHL is really about making a case to the players on a daily basis why you want them to do something. You know, the old days of, you know, do it because I said so, or, you know, or jump, you know, how high isn't the case anymore. These are educated guys that want more than that. So, you know, I think it's something that I use daily, and it was a great experience going through that education.
How quickly does it take a team to get integrated to the language that you use during the course, the terminology about certain plays, the types of systems you try to run? How long does it take to do that?
I think the transition will be fairly seamless. You know, I think Todd's a Hockey Canada guy. You know, I've worked with him before. The language is going to be different. Some of the systems will be a little bit different. For me, it's not as much a system as our commitment within the system to getting the job done. You know, this isn't going to be about coming in here and changing all the systems. It's going to be more for me about getting the group to commit within the system that we're playing, that we're going to defend harder, we're going to try and get to the front of the net to score more goals, we're going to be tougher to play against. That's the commitment we're going to try and push.
Well, Peter, before we let you go, because I want to say one thing. I mean, you've been compared to Paul Maurice, and obviously looking at you know, me having an opportunity to play for Paul Maurice and me never having an opportunity to play for you, I'm going to say that that's a heck of a compliment. I love Paul Maurice. He's a great hockey coach, and I'm looking forward to seeing more of you and hearing more of you this season.
Thanks, Bret.
Yeah.
I think that we're all excited about this new campaign. It's always a new season, the hockey season, but do you sense an excitement too from the fan base as you're here today?
I sense excitement from the fan base. I sense a real excitement at ground level with the players and the coaching staff. You know, I think nobody was happy about how last year went. You know, it cost people jobs, and I think everybody's excited to get back and really prove that you know, we're a contending team, not the team that ended the season last year.
Peter, thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks for having us.
Peter DeBoer, the head coach of the San Jose Sharks. You can hear him every broadcast with me on Coach's Chalkboard on 98.5 KFOX during the course of the season. We always look forward to get the insights from the Sharks head coach. And we'll be returning to FanFest 2015 in just a moment.